Hi friends, good day to you. We are going to discuss the second part of the chapter, more about questions. More about questions, part 2. Tag questions or question tags. These are those tags that are added to a sentence to add a little bit more force or a little bit more emphasis. For example, John is absent today, isn't he? Okay, that's that. Now we have to learn how to write these question tags so that the next time a question comes in our exam, we will not make a mistake. Let's move on. These rules are a bit long, almost 17 in number, but no issues. These rules are short and sweet. So, shall we begin? Hop on. The first one. A positive statement takes a negative tag and a negative statement takes a positive tag. Sounds a bit confusing, right? Okay, now listen. Whenever we write a positive sentence or a sentence that does not have a negative word, then the tag will be a negative. In other words, the tag will have a not in it, and vice versa. He is not well, is he? He is well, isn't he? Now, here, note the positive statement and the negative tag, and the negative statement and the positive tag. That's it. Rule number 2. The verb is repeated as such in the tag. When we write a sentence and it has an auxiliary verb, then that verb will form the tag. An auxiliary is a helping verb. How to identify them? These verbs will not have a meaning. For example, is, am, was, were, can, could, etc. Now, at least some of you might have this question. What if there is no auxiliary? Yep, I knew you would have them. Now, the answer to your question is that if in a statement there is no auxiliary present, then we can use the forms of do to form the tag. Like for instance, in this sentence, she can swim well. The tag would be can't she? Imagine that this sentence did not have the word can. Then the sentence would be she swims well, and the respective tag would be doesn't she? Incidentally, if the sentence was she swam well, then the tag would have been didn't she? So by now you would have understood one fact for sure. That is, if the verb is in the present tense, then the tag would also take the same tense, which is exactly the third rule. Rule number 3. The tense in the tag is the same as the tense in the sentence. They were clever, weren't they? Let's move on. the fourth rule, which is, yes, never forget this rule. The tag is not a separate sentence. You have to connect the same with the main sentence. That is, you have to connect the tag with the main sentence using a symbol comma, C-O-M-M-A. So simple as that. Now, the fifth rule. The question tag must contain a suitable pronoun. This rule is basically applicable to those sentences which begins with a noun or a proper noun. A proper noun is a word that denotes a specific person, place, animal or thing. Like, Sita is an honest girl, isn't he? Oops, you've caught me there. Right, it is not a he but a she. Sita is a she. Sorry, my mistake. Just checking if you are listening or not. Sita is an honest girl, isn't she? There, you happy now? Come, let's move on. If there are two or more auxiliaries, question tag needs a first auxiliary only. See, in this sentence, he would be doing it, wouldn't he? Notice the two auxiliaries there. If in a sentence there is two auxiliaries, you use the first one. That's enough. Okay, let's move on. On with the wait a minute, which rule was it? Never mind. On with the next rule. The tag for I am is aren't I. I am right, aren't I? Now that was pretty easy. Mark it up, guys. Next rule. Although everyone and everybody are singular, the tag is plural, which then followed by the word they. Yes, dear, I know. Everyone. Okay. Everybody? Singular? Nope, that can't be. You're wrong. But let me assure you, everybody confusingly is a singular. Now, where were we? The sentence. I mean the tag. Everyone and everybody will have a plural tag with the ending they. Everyone was happy, weren't they? Everybody was present, weren't they? The next one, please. The next one, please. Yes. If one is the subject, then it is repeated in the tag. Okay. Now, that wasn't so hard. One in the sentence, one in the tag. One should not steal, should one? No, but definitely not. The next one. If let us or let's is used, then the tag is shall we for a suggestion and will you for a request. Now, this I'll explain. You see, when we are giving an opinion or a suggestion and we are beginning the sentence with let's, Like in, let's play some game, shall we? But suppose you are to make a request and that too begins with let's. Like in, let's sleep in the hall, then the tag is supposed to be will you. But then if you are such a good guy and wants to be extra decent, then add a please to it. Let's sleep in the hall, please, will you? Yep, just like a burger. Nah, don't go there now. We have a lesson to finish. Come back. So, the next one. A little and a few are considered positive, and therefore, obviously, the tag would be negative. A little learning is a dangerous thing, isn't it? A few people attended the function, didn't they? Too boring. Right, believe me, I know that feeling. Only a teeny weeny bit more. Bear with me. Let's finish this real quick. Next off, we can see quite a few words here now. The thing to note here is that all these words are semi-negative, like in half a negative. So the tag would be, you know the drill. Why is it too difficult to say? Let it roll out. Yes. It takes a positive tag. Half or full. If it is negative, it takes a positive tag. I've cited the examples. Kindly read through them. Pause the video first and then read. Yeah, it's okay, I'll wait. Read them aloud, right? Fantastic. Let's move on. If the sentence begins with this or that, then the tag will have it in its tag. This or that, you say, it's it. This is a wonderful opportunity, isn't it? What, this? Definitely. Me getting to teach all of you? Definitely yes. A wonderful opportunity. That was foolish of you, wasn't it? Nah, I don't think so. My students are listening, aren't you? Yes, I know, they won't let me down. Now, the one. This is quite surprising. We have already seen that this and that will have it in their question tag, but there would have only there. There were 40 students, weren't there? Yeah, maybe. I do not know for sure. The next one. If there is used to in the sentence, then the tag would have didn't. Definitely, used didn't would have been clumsy, right? She used to live in Delhi earlier, didn't she? Much better. Again, we have a group of words. Now see, for these bunch of words, we need to compulsorily use a they in the tag. For example, someone gave the correct answer, didn't they? Okay, let's move on. Now, we have a bit of a theory here. See, for imperative sentences, now don't tell me you guys don't know what they are. Yes, I can hear it a wee bit loud. Yes, you are correct. An imperative sentence is a type of sentence that make a request, a command or a prayer. Now, generally for imperative sentences, you can have will you in the tag. Don't bother for the positive or the negative types. But there is a condition. If you are using simple imperative sentence, then will you would suffice. But if it is something urgent, like you need to tell someone something and then rush off to something else, then use the tag won't you, as in make yourself comfortable, won't you? Now imagine that we have a friend and they did something foolish, and maybe that was their last chance at something. Won't the others be angry with this friend? They will definitely be. So, if you are in such a situation, then you can scold that friend by saying, use your common sense, can't you? Notice the tag that I have used? Exactly. When the imperative sentence used is rebuking someone, then use the question tag, can't you? So, which rule is next? What? That can't be. There's got to be more. Nah, just kidding. We have 3 more types of question, and then it is a sayonara, guys. Let's not waste our time. Now, echo questions. These questions are a bit funny, at least to me. I'll tell you why. See, imagine again. You are in a situation wherein you tell your mother that the neighbor auntie just bought a Porsche, and maybe she just had a sip of tea. Needless to say, what might have happened next? Right. She would have definitely given you a stare with the glaring eyeballs and asked you, she owns a what? That's my point. You see, when someone repeats the sentence that you've just said by replacing the word in doubt with a strong interrogative word, there you have it, the echo questions. Next one is rising intonation statement questions. Don't get scared by the name. The idea is quite simple. Let me explain. Now, we can take a typical father situation. Imagine you've got your report card and you have failed. You will definitely seek the help of your mother, turning your mother's sari pallu over and over again to announce your results to your father. She goes to him and says, he has failed. He would definitely start out with an explosion. He has failed? Yeah, I know. Been there, still is. The day of the results is definitely a nightmare. Now, the last one. Yes. Finally. The rhetorical question. Here it goes. I'm quite weak in rhetorics, but still, Those who know the art of sarcasm will definitely know how to ask a rhetorical question. Now, one thing you need to understand is that these questions generally do not need an answer but asked anyways to create a dramatic effect. Like, for example, the question, "Can there be anything more foolish?" is rhetorical because one will ask this question only after the foolish deed has been done. So, this question is meant to say that the deed was very much foolish. That's it, guys. What a day. Now go grab that burger and have a great day ahead. Like this video if you think that this lecture was not that boring. Share it to your friends and subscribe to my channel so that YouTube can pay me for my hard work. #BinkyMySmiley. We'll meet up in the next video. Thank you all. Bye for now.